how your AE experience can work against you. Um, Let me illustrate this. MM, FI, SD, PP, HCM. What do they stand for? I only know this because I worked for SAP before joining Salesforce. If you're in the ERP world, you will know what that means. Material management, finance, sales and distribution, production planning, human capital management. Well, what does, next one, what does this mean? ESB, SMB, MM, CBU, EBU. Well, every salesperson in Salesforce knows that. But the customers you're talking to do not know that. And quite frankly, it doesn't really matter. It makes you maybe feel good to put that in your email signature on your LinkedIn so people know where you are in the business. But for your customers, it doesn't make anything. And that is why your AE experience can work against you, because you are so inclined into the Salesforce world terminology, the way Salesforce does business, that you lose touch with the needs or the level of understanding of an ordinary business leader who maybe is not familiar with these terms. So it always reminds me a little bit of my physics teacher. And when I was 16, I had a hard time with physics for 1 year. Main reason being the teacher I had was teaching physics for 20 years, and he just wrote down formulae on the blackboard and assumed that this was all clear. And I didn't interrupt him every time I didn't understand something. And just like your customers won't interrupt you every time you say a term. I work in CBU, and I suggest you go for Pardot and with Experience Cloud and Tableau, and you should go with a partner and all these sorts of things that maybe not are clear all to you, but not clear for the customer. Um, and the customer, just like I didn't do, will not interrupt you every single time they do not understand the term. So it's called read the book, and shoot out to my former manager at Salesforce, Jules. Um, this phenomenon, it's called the curse of knowledge, which is described in great detail in the book Made to Stick. Made to Stick. It basically says the longer you work in any profession, the more you lose, the more you become an expert, and the more you become an expert, the harder it is to really think hard and tailor your communication to the person you're talking to. So maybe has no idea about this field. Okay, so being customer centric means using plain language and make it and relevant language so people understand why you're saying it and why it's important to them. And that is what sales is about. I mean, in sales, at the end of the day, you are in communication. Otherwise, they could just download everything or purchase everything from a website. So this is how your AE experience can work against you if you use acronyms they're not familiar with. I work in SMB, I work in da 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 da, especially in non-English speaking countries. I'm an account executive at Salesforce working at MM. I said, you use just 3 terms I have never heard, and I don't know what that means. Again, so the wording matters. So what can you do about this? First and foremost, don't use product names. Don't use Pardots. Only if you when you present back the proposal. I said, okay, do you remember? This is what we talked to. This is what Pardot does. Okay, got you. This is what this product does. Okay, got you. So this is the one thing. The second thing is so avoid name dropping. Second thing, if someone is afraid of the implementation effort because they're thinking, okay, implementation means I have to spend 30,000, don't use the word implementation, call it personalization. A partner will help you, a consultant will help you to personalize Salesforce to your needs. Sounds very different than, oh yeah, we have to make an implementation project. Okay? And in the same category is also when you talk to a customer and you want to position Pardot, and they like, well, we do, what does it do? Well, we do marketing automation with that. I said, yeah, the customer, we don't do much marketing and it sounds very spammy. So call it maybe communication automation. We're not spamming your database or strangers. We are automating the communication. We are what should happen at what stage. So wording matters a lot. And again, I can't emphasize this enough. The most successful AEs I ever worked with, they were understanding the business, using plain relevant language, and making sure that they understand what is on the on the proposal and how that relates to the benefits that have been outlined before. All right. I hope you find that useful. Let me know what you think. Cheers.